So as humans, we are really bad at understanding scale, but we're going to try to help fix that here today. So if you look at this pinto bean waterfall cascading across the screen, let's imagine that each pinto bean represents the median annual income of an American. That's about $44,000. Now we're going to try and understand what the disparity is between that income and Elon Musk's net worth, which is about $260 billion. So as we watch this cascade of American incomes falling in the form of pinto beans, you'll also notice up above my head, we are keeping track of how much value has fallen as time goes on. We'll also point out some interesting points of reference so you can see what that value is in concrete terms. You may have noticed a couple of these reference points already passing overhead as we've been talking. Now something to keep in mind is that for every second you watch this pinto bean waterfall, that's equal to about $12 million. Now coming up on about a minute, which represents about $720 million that has now fallen. And that's about the net worth of Jack Welch, who is the CEO of GE for about 20 years. So even though there's a large gap in between what a typical American makes and what someone like Jack Welch has, who would be considered very rich, it's not even close to the net worth of Elon Musk. The gap there is enormous. And here's another interesting point of reference. We passed about $1 billion worth of pinto beans falling here, which would be enough to buy one of the world's largest super yachts and still have $400 million left over to buy a famous painting like Leonardo da Vinci's Salvator Mundi, which then you could hang up in your super yacht. Now this isn't meant to be a commentary on tax policy or any other political ideology. We're simply trying to understand here the scale that we're dealing with. And that's the whole point of analytics, to get insight into what's actually going on and understand it so that we can have an informed opinion and make better decisions. So it should be pretty clear by now that with the 3-minute duration of this video, we're not even going to come close to Elon Musk's net worth with our humble pinto bean waterfall. We're only going to get to about $2.2 billion, which is a drop in the bucket for his wealth. Now, if you actually wanted to watch this waterfall for the length of time that it would take to get to the point of Elon Musk's net worth, you'd have to rewatch this video 119 times or for 6 hours straight. But that's not even the craziest part. Consider as another reference point that the top 400 wealthiest Americans control about $4 trillion. So that's a group of people so small that they would fill up just about over half of a Boeing 747. And according to a recent study, if you were to take just 8% of that wealth from that small group of people, you could end world hunger. And if you wanted to get a sense for that amount of wealth from our pinto bean waterfall, you'd have to watch this video 1,844 times consecutively, which would be about 4 days, which, by the way, we don't recommend. We'll see you in the next video.